All right, so here's the deal. I believe I've found something of a hole in YouTube, which I know sounds unbelievable given how much content there really is out there. Um, but before I tell you about that hole, perhaps I should fill in some background as to why I was even looking for this information. About 10 years ago, my wife and I bought each other ukuleles for Christmas just on a whim, and I ended up falling in love with the instrument, having a really great time. And as with a lot of people who play music as a hobby, as a pastime, I really enjoyed playing the music that I know. There's something really thrilling about playing a song that you know and that you like to listen to. But most of the music that I really like to listen to works fine on the ukulele, but a lot of it is heavier, harder music. Most of what I grew up listening to, given my age and everything, is stuff from the 90s and the 2000s. I listen to a lot of alternative rock, and even, new metal is kind of where I grew up. And so there are some things that I like to listen to that just aren't quite as satisfying to play on a ukulele as I could have wished for, or really any acoustic instrument. It's not the ukulele's fault. We'll be very clear about that. For example, when it comes to the part of the song where you need to say it ain't so, or the part of the song where you're a creep, you're a weirdo, or you just want to play that song that's in your head. And if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. So a couple of my ukuleles are Kalas. I really like them, and so I was on their website and I saw some of these for sale. This is a Kala solid-bodied electric ukulele, and I thought to myself, wow, maybe you can plug that into some guitar effects pedals and get that sort of hard, heavy sound that guitar music is famous for. Um, Maybe, but I wasn't completely sure because if you look at it, there's no electromagnetic pickups on there. The strings are nylon. I'm not precisely sure how it worked. Just by looking at the picture on the website, I'm still not completely sure. Maybe we'll get somebody from Kala here to explain how it works if enough people actually care and watch this. But you know, I had questions, right? And so I went to the internet, especially YouTube, to try and find the answers to those questions and say, okay, well, can you use one of those to play heavy music? And nothing. There's a whole lot of nothing out there. Here's what there is. Here's what there is. If you go to Kala's website, there is a video for one of these being demonstrated by somebody who plays beautifully, no complaints there. But he plugs it in, and the only effect he really uses is some reverb, maybe delay, something like that, which is a little crazy to me because if you want a ukulele but you want it to reverberate, like maybe just play a standard acoustic ukulele. And if you want it to be louder, like for a concert or something like that, or a performance, play it into a microphone, or buy one with electronic pickups already in it that amplify the sound. And those are everywhere. They've been around forever. Yeah, so the whole point behind a solid bodied electric instrument like this one, or your standard electric guitar, is that the body will not feed back with like really high volume and a lot of gain and all that stuff. And so it would seem like the reason to make this is to play with a lot of gain, distortion, that sort of thing. And that's not in the video. And I thought, okay, because it's not in the video, does that mean that you can't do that or shouldn't do that, or it sounds bad, or what? One thing, if you look around, you can find some other companies that are making electric ukuleles. They're solid bodied like this one, but they have metal strings and electromagnetic pickups. And I'm like, well, that's probably a different world. And do I want metal strings? Do I want a ukulele that really just looks like a little guitar? Do I don't know. There's all kinds of questions. I was really curious about these. And the more I went without finding what I was looking for on YouTube or anywhere else, the more I thought maybe the reason that nobody's playing hard or heavy music with this kind of ukulele is because you can't do it or shouldn't do it or something like that. And so I held off. I kind of went for a year more, just like, oh, maybe someday or something like that. And eventually someday arrived, and I decided, well, let's just try it. Let's see what happens. And I'm happy to report it works great. It's everything I hoped it would be, and more. And so that's the whole point of this video series, is to try and share what's possible, what I've learned. Just a full disclaimer: I'm not a musician. This is just a hobby for me. I have a full time job and a house and a wife and a dog and a cat and all that stuff that takes up a lot of time, and so uh, this is purely for fun, purely a side project for me. But if it was information that I wanted and it just wasn't out there, surely somebody else wants the same information. And so I'm going to, in this first video, just play some hard, heavy sounds just so you can see what this sounds like. I'm recording through the USB out on my amplifier that I'm using. If you actually care about what gear is being used in the video, I'll be linking a video and you can go look at that if you actually care about that. If you don't care about that, that's just in a separate video and you don't have to worry about it. So as I learn things, I'll be posting other videos for different information that I think is useful if you want to play harder, heavier ukulele music. So this is Ukulele.